without you guys, our work literally wouldn't be possible. You're a part of our model. You're the reason that we can build these houses affordably. So the fact that you keep coming, even 7 years later, it really means a lot to us, to the families, and to the city. So, because, you know, even though we've made a lot of progress, there's still a lot of work to be done. So really just helping us spread that message, letting people know that the work here in New Orleans isn't finished is one of the best ways that you can help. So, KPMG is here today, so. And they've been a great supporter of us for years now. They've basically helped any way that we need, you know, whether it's your time, your funds, whatever they can do. They've been a great partner to us. And I wanted to thank LHFA. They funded this home, so, and I think somebody from them is here today, but we know that they work really hard to keep getting us those funds. And really I wanted to thank Mrs. Courtney. So, even before she was back into this home, she was actually helping other families affected by the storm. So, and it's great that she was able to reach out to us and kind of get help for herself. And she's also been such an amazing advocate for SBP. She's really gone above and beyond what our homeowners are normally asked to do. She's been a big part of the rebuild process. And actually, just a little over a month ago, we had a big press conference here with Toyota, the city of New Orleans, and folks from Joplin, Missouri. So, and she kind of served as a face of the progress that we're making, and really helped the city, helped Toyota understand the big impact that they're having on people, and our progress, helping people get home faster. And, you know, after 7 years, that's really important. So, but I have not had the privilege to get to know Miss Courtney that well, so I'm going to let Catherine and Marshall talk. They were the site supervisors and did a wonderful job on this house. So.
Hey everybody, I'm Marshall. Catherine and I were the site supervisors here. So, yeah, we started here in January 7th, and we were able to finish up kind of at the end of March. And it was my first house and Catherine's first house to take through the very beginning to the very end of the process. And just gotta say, having Courtney around as my first homeowner was awesome. She really kept us in check as far as like a relativity point. You know, I would be a little pissed off if the day at work had some little problem, would be kind of tired. And Courtney would come in from working all night at the hospital. She'd stop by every morning at 9, like exhausted, and then she'd have to go back to work at noon to work till 8 p.m. So she's like busting 16-hour shifts out. So kind of kept my mouth shut. The complaints around her. But you know, despite all of that, she was just so awesome to have around. All of our volunteers loved her. She just brought this really positive, great energy to this house while we were working in here, and I think that's why there's so many folks here. There's some of the framing crew guys and plumbers, electricians. They don't get to make it out to these a lot, but they just appreciated working for her and her attitude so much that it really meant a lot to them to come out today. So they're all here, and that's kind of a testament to you.
Thank you.
And yeah, kind of what Ashley said, you guys are what this is all about. This is why it's able to happen. So I mean, from every porch of an SBP site, you can see, you know, still the crosses up there, abandoned houses. So our work's not done, but if you all keep coming down, I think SBP will be here to put you to work for people like this. So thank you so much.
Hey guys, I'm Catherine. I also want to really thank you guys for being here. Like Marshall said, this was my first house, and I actually started on this house in the first week of November. Mold remediation was the very first thing we did on this house, and all of the site supervisors that trained with me, we trained on this house, and Courtney came by, I think that Friday or Saturday or something. We were cleaning out the attic, and I just knew that I really wanted to be a part of bringing her back home from the moment I met her. She's really an incredible person, as Marshall said. She would come by the house every day, inspiring volunteers. We would ask them about, you know, their highs and lows at the end of the week. Almost every single group most of the people said one of their highs was meeting her and getting the opportunity to get to know the person who they were bringing home. We had a lot of really incredible volunteers come from all over the world working on this house, from right here in New Orleans to all the way in India. We had a really diverse, fantastic group of hardworking volunteers that have made this house look as beautiful as it does. And the houses that you guys are working on this week, or for 2 weeks, or for 2 months, when a whole big group of volunteers is continually working on that house, this is the final product. So you guys are a huge part in creating beautiful houses for really important, special people. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for your support.
All you guys for being here, and I want all of my crew to come up here that keep hiding in the back everywhere. Come on, Sophie. Come on, Johnny, because we ran Johnny all over the place. He was the supervisor for these two, and he had to go and get everything we needed. And this is Sophie. She did the framing part of the house. They had to reframe the chimney, go under the house, tear up the floor. They did all of that. Anything she noticed that wasn't right, she took care of it. The back wall that another contractor did, water was still coming in the house. So it was like, that's not right. Tear it down. They tore down the whole back of the house and rebuilt on one side, on this kitchen side, all the way in the back. That wall is totally new. And I just want to thank them because Sophie and Marshall and Catherine, they treated this house like it was their own. I didn't have to be here to watch over them and see what they were doing, because anything that wasn't right, they took care of it. And I would come back and say, oh, why y'all tearing that out? Oh, that wasn't right. Whoever did that, that wasn't right. So they redid it. And they did everything, even things that wasn't on our original contract. If it wasn't right, they went and they made it right. And Johnny, he had to pick out all the beautiful things that you see the cabinets he picked out, because the day I went, he didn't have a sample, but I trusted him that he did the right thing, and I was out of town with a towel on the floor. And by the time I got back, I left a note saying, this is the towel I want, and he had already picked it out and had it there. He had the samples on the table. But I came back like 1 o'clock in the morning from Texas. Half of my furniture is still out there, and the storage is out there. And he had already picked the one I like, and Catherine and Marshall, they all voted with the volunteers that were here that day, and it was the exact one I wanted. So I just thank God for them, and thank God that they treated my house like their own, and they made sure that everything was right. I mean, I didn't know how we was gonna repair this house. I was in Texas for 6 years, and I had to stop work after the 4th year on the house because I had like 3 contractors that either messed up stuff or just left with the money, and I thought they were working, they wasn't working, and then they were gone. One even told me, well, I have bills to pay. If you give me some more money, then I'll do it, because he spent my money. Mm-hmm. But I just thank God for them, because they have done an awesome job, and I thank God for the person that came to New Orleans to do this for us, because he didn't have to do it. You know, he was a professional. He could have stayed in his practice and did what he was doing, but he came here to help us, and I thank God for him as well. And this tree, the way it's decorated at the bottom, it looks like a big pineapple. The volunteers did that for the last press conference, and isn't it beautiful? And this tree was a little tree like that. So those little ones over there, and the neighbors didn't want me to cut it down because we called it our Katrina kind, because it was like that. It's not supposed to look like this, but after 14 days, that's what we got. So I just thank you all for coming, and thank you all for helping me. Yes, thank you so much.
We're good. Well, thank these guys. How's everybody? Good. All right. Folks, my name is Zach. I'm one of the co-founders of the St. Bernard Project, and I can't thank you enough for being here today, for causing Miss LaRoche and all the other folks to come home. I'm going to ask right now for Michael Smith from KPMG to address the group just for a moment, then I'm going to have some closing remarks. But I really want to, before I get there, deeply thank all of the volunteer groups, whether it's the people from Brooklyn Friends over there,
Let's hear it for them. The Waldorf School in Chicago, who I think is over here. Immaculata, who you cannot miss. And our friends from KPMG. Here's what big one. We started the St. Bernard Project because we believe that community shouldn't be defined by proximity. And I think, did I forget anyone? Alaska's in the house. Yeah, buddy. And Gettysburg's in the house. All right, let's go through. Who else did I forget?
Entrance.
Oh, yeah. That's the scenes. Make sure that your federal representatives keep supporting the Corporation for National Service. That's the glue that makes this all work. And who else did I forget? I didn't forget them. I have a plan. Don't just outed me. That's at the end, okay? So we started SBP because we fundamentally believe that problems are solvable, and we know that community isn't defined by proximity. We're all in this together, and I can't think of a better group that we've had that shows this today. KPMG came to support us first 4.5 years ago, and what they did was they didn't just volunteer with their feet or in their hard work, although they have made 11 trips, or the dollars that funded multiple houses, I think, in total. But as importantly, KPMG has invested their skills. So we have not only their dollars and their labor, but we have their sense. SVP is a business, right? We're a not-for-profit business, but we're a business. However more efficient we are, we can get more American families back home. So to all the folks from KPMG who are helping us, not just with your brute effort, but with your sense, with the things that you do for a living, we can't thank you enough. Michael, I think, is going to talk a little bit more.
Okay, thank you, Zach. And hi, everyone to KPMG. Thanks very much. And also thank you and congratulations on your moving back into your house. It's fantastic. I think, as we've mentioned a couple of times before, is the corporate community is quite important with the recovery of an organization and a location like New Orleans. So KPMG today has 120 people here from 20 offices across the country, but also representing about another 10 countries around the world. So I'll rattle some of those off. Australia, Botswana, people here from India today. I have people here from Japan today, from Singapore today, and I think 1 or 2 other countries I've forgotten. So this is truly a global effort, and we want to just say thank you for the privilege of working with you, and with others across KPMG, because the importance of the corporate community and the resources they bring, but also the opportunity for us to come and participate in this is wonderful, and we want to thank you, and also thank you to Zach and to all the team for the wonderful project that they put together here, and look at the result here. Yes. And so from all of us in KPMG, congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome home. And thank you, St. Bernard Project, for all that you do.
Thanks. So this is house number 436 or 437 or 4. And everybody, I mean, raise your hand if you love Miss Courtney, right? Everybody. Everybody, of course, does. But here's the reality. The St. Bernard Project has over 130 clients on the waiting list. We're getting about 10 calls a week. The average age of people calling for help is 64 years old. So the work is not done. I promise you will love the people on the waiting list just as much as you do Miss Courtney. And so what I ask everybody to do is somehow make this the beginning, or stick with us until the end. The clients on the waiting list are just as important, and they've only waited longer. So we've got to keep pushing. This is, to be sure, a day to celebrate. Miss Courtney moving home, but it's still a day to remember that the job is not done. And when we talk about the job not being done, I think I want to talk about our staff and team at the St. Bernard Project who are in it through the end. So wherever they are, raise your hands. Let's everyone else give them a massive round of applause. Liz and I get a lot of credit, but it's really the staff of SBP and work done. So can't thank everybody enough. Let's get this ribbon. Let's cut it. There's going to be a little computer screen that shows what the house looked like through the various stages of construction. So if you get a chance and there's not someone standing in front of you asking you to look at that, remember, $20,000 buys building supplies to get a family home. So I'd like you all to think about that when you go home and what we can do to get more families off the waiting list. So with that, let's welcome Ms. Corky home.
So on the count of three, let's all say welcome home. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
So, there's a little more people than we originally thought were going to be here. But Miss Courtney, with some help,
Jeannie, her son.
been slaving away in the kitchen for y'all. So they got some red beans and some good New Orleans stuff. So it's kind of crazy with all these people. So I think we got a system devised where you just walk through here, go into the kitchen, get your plate, and then head out the back door. Don't swim against the stream. Don't come back. And then just hang a left when you get to the bottom of the porch, and you can come right along the side of the house and just hang out wherever you want. All right? Just try to get through there. Thank y'all.
Let's go. Let's do this. Hey, cut it out.
Great. Awesome.
I'm actually good.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Yes.
Thank you. Nice.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Yeah.
Can't you imagine them like